He's got it teed up. On the last night of summer, where else would you rather be than right here? Thanks for being in with us.
Absolutely awesome.
Gorgeous night in Boulder. Here we go in the Big 12 from Folsom Field. And Baylor's night will begin. So in his second start of the year after leading the Air Force wins, Sawyer Robertson starts on the ground with Washington.
Had creased their front side. Being X-Factor. Michael Trigg at tight end.
Leading pass catcher. Nothing doing on the ground for Washington. So that's swallowed up by Silman Craig up from safety.
And
Silman Craig showing some pressure. He's not coming here. Little pitch out to Washington. And he stops just past the 30 by Silman Craig.
Chavez, Silman Craig, they're getting off the block. Watch, it's going to be a speed option right there, pitching off of 40. Little old school. That's not exactly Darian Hagan, right, who's been in this building before. Running that speed option, but trying to, that's a little pressure outlet.
Deep. Jonte Wester back to receive this punt from Williams. And off the side of the foot, but got a Baylor roll down to the 20-yard line.
Dude, skills, I find this skill set on the outside a lot.
Welch right up the middle with a burst. After he was a breakout player in that Colorado State win, he's got a first down.
A little
percent pass, 35% run, but 2 runs to open up the night for this Aiden Jenkins, bottom of the screen, the cornerback for Baylor that gets that opening assignment. Here's Sanders' first pass. Pocket closes, and down he goes. Jackie Marshall drags him down. Dave Aranda said they've got to get hits on Sanders early.
See those safeties high right there.
And a flag comes out. They get another hit on him. Ball comes out. Recovered by Colorado. Here's Randolph coming around the edge.
Richmond.
Offside. Defense. Number 10. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
That's
times they'll line up in a conventional look like this, a true 4-down look. Looking like most other teams in America.
A run play, and that is going nowhere. Colorado. 1 first down on the ground for the Buffs. And Baylor getting it right back into the hands of Josh Cameron in the offense. Here's Cameron back to get this. And it is returnable. But I did get away from that original surge. Cameron with space to move. Hits the edge, and a stiff arm for Bassett. A convoy in front of him with a flag down behind at the 40. He takes it to plus territory at the 40, but flag down to the sideline.
There is no foul for the legal block on the play. First down, Baylor.
Base, they missed on that punt return.
The second drive for Baylor with Sawyer Robertson at quarterback, making his second start of the year. And his throw to the back shoulder is caught for a first down, so much better. Bryson Washington, last week's breakout star for the Bears, ahead for a few yards. The salt
player, the blocking 2 guys late to spring guys. Great effort.
And a toss out for Washington, and the edge is sealed off. Hill against Nebraska. They've allowed 9 points in their last 6 quarters.
5.
On third down, dump to Washington, and that's blown up on the edge. Silman Craig is flying around these first 2 drives.
Trying to run a little rub ski with the tight end, and they can't work up to Silman Craig. And he says, no, I'm not falling for that. I'm finishing, running through him as you see a little bit of precipitation start to fall here.
And looking for the first points of the night, and he's got him. The tip.
Maybe behind closed doors, maybe. He was awesome in our meeting.
In his slow, drawn-out, thoughtful tempo.
To get out of harm's way. Here's one right here.
Well, they throw the ball a lot. The first pass attempt for Sanders tonight is complete to Jimmy Horn. This year have been called pass, but no pass attempt for Sanders on the first drive when they punt it.
Right here, 6-man box, probably going to run it.
With Welch, who bounces off a couple of hits, and he's snowed under.
The tight end to block it. Dave Aranda knows that too, so he steps into it and stops him. Twist.
And Sanders throwing to the wide side to Wester, who's knocked down shy of the first down. This is for Sanders, bringing up a 3rd and short.
Yep, here's what happened in the Nebraska game. That looper right there got home. That time it was Evans just short of getting there.
Back clocking you is coming out from your Southern Oregon days. And a 3rd and short. It's another run for Colorado. It's a first down with Augusta. down last week's game. He is suited up, but it's mostly going to be Augusta and Welch tonight, we're told.
Yeah, a lot of Buff fans going to be fired up about that, to see him out there. As you see Jackie Marshall, zero talent to Dal Hayton, the bouncer.
Augusta stays in there, running back. That throw behind Horn, and he slips out of it. That could have been a loss of 5. He turns it in.
Yeah, great job by Williams. Just a little bit behind him. He says, I'll help you out. I'll help you out. They said I could do a lot of things. There it is. Make an unbelievable catch and turn.
One score win here at Folsom Field for Colorado. Augusta is stuck by Matt Jones. You say his name a lot tonight. Leading tackle 2019 season for Baylor. On the third down, Sanders over the middle. There's Travis Hunter for the first time. Breaking out of a tackle. Across the 30 and more for Travis Hunter. Colorado's two-way star has arrived for the first time there.
Got two backs. They end up motioning Offerdahl out of the box to open up the room for the crosser. You got to get your hands on that dude. Number 12, he's really good. And right there you could see number 11, Keaton Thomas. Let him get inside. No hands on play.
Out of the belly, underneath for Miller. And Miller with a move around the edge. Out of that two-back look.
Young fella, Sisby, Texas. That's a freshman. The shimmy. Oh, right there. Not down and touch football. Getting on the edge. He's right here so far tonight with him and another true tailback in the backfield.
It's Augusta around the edge and bouncing off of hits. Driving his legs. Augusta with a touchdown. Flag down at the 15. We'll check on that.
Him to right tackle allowed them to move Tyler Brown to left guard. And let's take a look at that front side. Gets that right hand up on top. And just that grab and restrict and not letting him keep his leverage. But, man, that hit it.
Here, Colorado rushed for over 100 yards last week. The Bucks running with an attitude in week 4. Here's Sanders creating and giving himself up around the 15. And a scrimmage after the penalty.
That feet first slide, so wherever he starts the slide, that's the spot. Nice job to protect the ball. Should you put that ball away? Great coverage right there. Down the field, 4-man rush. That's the right answer. Get what you can get. Play second and goal. Taking advantage of the numbers that Dave Aranda's defense are giving him right now. We'll see if that holds up. Edge pressure.
10th play of the drive. Sanders gets it away. Complete to his tight end, Savell Smalls. And a rally up to the flat. In the slot, Williams is top side of the screen. He's checking LaJohntay Western. And he's coming on a blitz here. Sanders to the other side. And for Hunter, and a flag comes out. Aranda is tonight on the Baylor side. Colorado after the penalty on Johnson. Inside the 5 on first and goal. It's Sanders. End zone. Colorado scores for the first time.
Just a good old garden variety zone read. Watch 5 as the slider draws a lot of eyes. Shedeur says that's the green grass rule right there.
Hot low high on the snap, but Mata gets it away clean. 12. Special teams that got Baylor down for their field goal drive, but no shot to return this. State in a convincing road win last week. Drive number 3 for Sawyer Robertson, and underneath that is chopped. 54 points allowed in those first 6 quarters, including going down 28-0 at Nebraska. And not much since then as Robertson around the edge gets popped.
Play man free behind it is what Baylor's trying to figure out.
And they are bringing the pressure out quickly around that pressure to the edge for a first down for Dominic Richardson. You wonder, where had Dominic Richardson gone? Well, he's buried in the backfield here. Big hit.
Man, everywhere he's been, Arizona State here, unblocked. This really has to develop its counter concept. You got to read that guy. He's the extra guy in that scheme. Got to turn back and
starting tonight. After DeQuan Finn opened the year as the starter, and that's knocked away on his first pass.
See Michael Trigg, number 1 there, to help out in protection.
Off a play fake to Richardson, sideline shot, and a twisting play.
In the middle of the field, everybody else is playing man.
Colorado bringing heat. They're taking a shot, and Robertson got him. What a catch! Touchdown, Monterey. weeks. You outed me. That is nothing those gloves can't do.
No big
Well,
tribute
to Deion Sanders.
tight end in the game.
Consider Sanders' touchdown run led him into the end zone last time. And that's Sanders. 6 out of 7 to begin. Through the back door, Welch looking for an edge, and it is sealed off. So on a third down, Sanders given time to throw, and that is caught by Shepard.
Shepard says, okay, I saw that. You're going to hold my right hand. I'm going to go get it with the left. That ball might have nosed the turf. They'll probably take a look at this and make sure.
We'll see if it does.
After further review, the receiver did not maintain control of the pass. The ball hit the ground. It's an incomplete pass. It'll be 4th down at 24.
And Josh Cameron deep for Baylor. And Baylor almost got home in another low line drive punt. No shot for Cameron.
Yeah, that's
Two balls like Sawyer Robertson just put up for him. Wow.
Or Max Lundwald.
Happy birthday, Max. Happy birthday, Max. What do you think is...
We're not allowed to say how old he is.
Is it... An uncovered receiver up on the top side. And they run it into this box. And Washington is planted by Hill Green. That's a play where he easily could say, yeah. Ball's running between the tackles. I got nothing to do. It was a bomb. We've seen the big ones open up this night. 6 of 8 through the air, including a rushing touchdown. And handing off to Welch, or Augusta, excuse me. He gets 5 yards.
For and limit them right now to 1 score.
Off a play fake. It's buzzed in there to Hunter. He has a first down.
Yeah, getting it to that guy is a good start.
Second catch of the night. Both have gone for first downs for Hunter.
See the corner is all the way outside. The corner can't. No corner in the catching it with courage.
Where's he better, offense or defense?
Between the white lines.
Everywhere. And pressure almost got to Sanders. And away to the sideline. There's Hunter again.
Great job by Shooter to break and contain. There were a lot of people on this Baylor sideline saying this should have been holding right there, getting out of it. And then this is where great job having awareness and finding Travis Hunter, staying with him, taking a hit. That's sometimes where he takes some unnecessary hits.
Marshall almost got back in that play after Baylor thought he was held. Sanders pointing. Going deep, looking for Horn. It's underthrown and incomplete. But there is a flag with Lemire.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 20. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
And under center, it's Augusta. Off the edge. And driven out of bounds. And Gordon stays in for this next snap. Lemire still on the sideline. Out to Hart on the edge, and it is Gordon sprinting his way up to make the play. On third down, Sanders. Underneath, Jimmy Horn. First down for the Buffalo. And Sanders has not been sacked. That was the big issue in the Nebraska loss. Sacked 6 times. Now he's dancing around. And got away from Linton. Marshall chasing him. And into coverage. And sometimes he runs back into the fire with the pressure, but hasn't been knocked down tonight for a sack. Third down and long coming up.
Nice job of that tonight.
And Sanders went out and said something to Jimmy Horn, who's looking his way out of the slot, going for the end zone. It's Shepard. It's knocked down. Right wind in the face of this direction all night as Mata tries from 43. And his 43-yard field goal just tied it. Big 12 opener. Returnable kick for Bell.
Got room.
Bell finds that crease. There goes Jamal Bell. Green grass in front. Bell is gone. Touchdown Baylor. First Baylor. Fiery speech before halftime on the field. Baylor last week, and then they went on a 28-0 run. touchdown. You wonder if he might.
I guarantee he's on the sideline saying that.
Might be running down on
series,
kickoff the rest of the game. That ball is knocked down, intended for Shepard, and incomplete. Trevin Ma'ai. With game, Travis Hunter's been off the field for just one of them. And this is on the ground. And Williams.
There's a bunch of guys. One guy with his handgun. Now two guys with his handgun. It's those four.
Linton almost got there. Sanders took a shot, and it's incomplete for what missed last week's game. There was a chance that they could get a full-speed Cooper Lambs, but still dealing with an ankle injury. A bigger deal if they're facing a running team tonight. Does Baylor have another big return? This is Cameron in punt return, and he's vaulted ahead across the... Well, Baylor off of their touchdown on special teams, touching it for the first time with the 17-10 lead.
Physical.
Here's the leading rusher last year for the Bears into coverage, and McKinney should have picked that off.
McKinney, 8-man coverage. Getting a ton of work. Ends up with his eyes on the quarterback in man coverage. Not normally where you want him, but just the release that took place brought his eyes back inside from Presley. And very lucky right there. And Travis Hunter knows how big that could have been. 5-15.
That play, maybe they start throwing at Travis Hunter a little bit more. A new life for Robertson and Baylor, and Richardson is swallowed up. And he's moving the pile at the end of it.
He's getting up short bands.
Well, play clock getting deep, down to 5 seconds. It's a quarterback run. Robertson using his size to break free. Now his foot on the gas, and he's gone.
Up that O-line and that OC for scheming that up.
Why get 2 yards when you can get 45 yards? And they had offensive yards. And their most explosive play of the night has them up 2 touchdowns. And Festive up the gut. Well, Baylor has started to hit Shedeur Sanders after he started 6 of...
That picture over the top for these speedy wideouts.
Sanders looking into that picture, and his throw is... Was it that short of his first career pick? So on a 3rd down, Sanders is protected and rifles it over the middle, but it's knocked free.
Low run just a little bit closer to him, toward him on the top of that route.
It was like a great marriage, doesn't it? Bringing Lorando Johnson back after a year at Arkansas. Johnson was on the Big 12 championship team in 2021 and having a big night in his...
Included on that 4th down run.
A quick break for Robertson after his 45-yard touchdown run. And that's at Colorado. This play for no gain sets up 2nd and 10. And on the wheel, it's dropped. 6 guys up at the line on 3rd down for Colorado. They're nosing. 4 of them are coming. And Robertson, through that pressure, has it knocked down.
4-man pressure. 2 guys get to him. Well, Dave Aranda would be proud of this pressure from Colorado, and Hood doing a great job again. Clean with the offhand, ripping out the rock. No PI possible. Clean on the quarterback.
Just got home for the first time. Maury McNeil had Robertson wrapped up. Setting up this pump. And a low one. And Lester has a shot at returning, and he is pinballed down. Did he capture the run from 2 yards out? Chasing 2 scores before halftime. Flips it underneath to Welch. And not getting very... And the 4-wide look. Travis Hunter up at the top side of the screen. Sanders looking that way. And he was wrapped up by Ma'ai, but broke free. Now Linton trying to drag him down. Not there. Sanders with space to run. An escape job for Shedeur Sanders in a 1st down run. A little bit out of his comfort zone, but what his team needed after 3-9 a season ago. And Sanders off target.
Had a pregame, a Colorado legend.
Sanders empties it out, moves the pocket.
That's cheating.
And flag did come out, and he takes a big shot.
Holding, offense, number 77, 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Confirmed on Seton. And
so Coach Aranda backs him up, says let's play 2nd and 20. And here he is, the matchup with Linton. And then he works out and comes back down to Roberts' day and just takes him to the ground right there, trust me. But that's the effect of what we were talking about earlier. He doesn't know, is Linton the speed rusher, so he has to work out to him.
Hunter is not on the field right now. So top target for Sanders, not in there, and he throws a dart over the middle. So makes up, plays off late in this half. With 2 timeouts for Colorado, chasing 2 touchdowns. Linton, and Sanders ducks out of it. Another magician-like maneuver, and he hits a man downfield. It's Miller.
I don't think he's down.
He's not down. Off to the races. Miller to the end zone.
For Sanders, and from our vantage point, we'll take a look. Anything but the bottom of that. There's no elbow. There's no forearm. It looks like his knee stayed up. He's on top of the defender, Gordon. They'll verify all this. But any of that thing above the glove, the forearm, if it's down, or it looks like his left knee might have been the closest thing. The forearm looks like it's up. I'll take a look at from the shin or the knee maybe from that angle. Certainly not conclusive. Here's another look. And I think that the forearm is up, and maybe that left shin area. Trying to see if Dean is available, and he is. Dean, what do you think?
It's that left knee right there. Is it on the ground? That's the question. I think it might just touch the turf, but I'm not 100% sure. In order to overturn this, it has to be clear and obvious. The officials did a good job letting it go, because now replay can always put him down. But again, are we 100% sure that shin, that knee touches? I'm not convinced yet.
Ruling on the field, a touchdown stands.
And just as you said, Luke Richmond, our Big 12 referee, said stands.
To bail out your quarterback after he bailed out the offensive line that was doing its best to hold up for him.
Yeah, he's a lot more physical than people. You watch this guy, he takes these shots on the perimeter, keeps him alive, but that's after breaking the initial tackle, and then before the 2-minute timeout. I mean, Dave Aranda's going to explode at halftime, saying, "Hey man, we should have 5 sacks on these last 2 series." Not so fast, says Shedeur and company.
So Colorado with the quick strike after Sanders got free in the backfield. Great time for your first catch of the season. They got the ball first. And Colorado will try to get a stop, or score and take it back and tie the game out of halftime. Short kickoff, and Kelsey Johnson is taken down by Feely.
That is something that is reviewable, but not caught, except by you, Connor.
So it will have to be quick for Baylor to try to extend
the
it.
chains reset, clock starts.
And Robertson looking toward that matchup with Travis Hunter again, and he's roped down. Shane Coates. Warren Sapp wearing number 99, Shane Coates.
Yeah, he's liking this a lot more than another play we saw earlier. His guy just mirroring the quarterback as he starts to break contain. All smiles. He's been a lot of quarterbacks' nightmares. He's liking that.
Isaiah Hankins field goal range.
5-man pressure.
Along with 51. And underneath, it's short to the middle of the field. Williams away with it. Returnable for Western. Slips the first couple and is dropped at the 25. Sanders and the Buffs will take it into halftime. Connected late in the half with Amarion Miller. Off we go, second half of the Big 12 opener. Baylor and
slow bleed.
First snap of the second half for Sanders is off target, almost picked.
Been's racing, or whatever they say on that movie.
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake.
There we go. Screen to Shepard. Bounced off one hit from Bobby. And one
opener, obviously, Utah, Oklahoma State. Here's another 4-man rush.
And Sanders steps up, using his legs for a first down for Colorado.
The defensive play caller. Here it is. I'm bringing in 11. Thomas is the 4th guy. Shedeur says, I can replace that. I can protect myself. First down.
5. Sanders got 11 yards on 3rd down. Pressure is coming. and he's slammed down. Randolph off the field after he got home for the sack. He's running around again. Sanders throws it incomplete.
See Shedeur here late.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense. Number 11. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Just roughing the passer. He's in a defenseless posture there. Tip your cap to 2.
So 3rd and 17 becomes first down and 10 after the Thomas penalty.
As the end.
The play fake. Sanders dances and fires it away. Avoided the negative play on
In this part of the field, you know, it's been an adventure in punt returns.
On 3rd down, Sanders out of the pocket. He has the space. He has the first down. And a flag down behind, back where that
7-yard. Get the call.
Holding. Offense. Number 77. 10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Just
that hold by Seaton wipes off the 27-yard gain.
Yep, Seeks in 3rd and Pueblo. Oh my God.
All right. Underneath for Miller again. He had the touchdown in the first half, but
Sanders pass
not getting all the way back. A big first half in the return game for Baylor. Josh Cameron had one of them. He's back to get this punt from Bassett. Not returnable. And his feet inside the 10.
You chicken. It's chicken as far as you know.
So Robertson almost tied this game. Is back on the ground for Baylor. It'll be 3rd down after the short gain for down in the first half.
Russian 4.
And through that pressure, there goes Robertson doing his best. Shedeur Sanders for a first down.
Game. They got 12 on the field.
Robertson had the explosive run in the first half. This out to Baldwin, and there is Travis Hunter flat.
Substitution had 12 men on the field, but that doesn't negate just the burst, fearlessness, run through, face up, finish tackle by number 12. Flex up on that. Unfortunately, it's going to be 1st and 5, but that's a great play. Substituting.
Illegal substitution. Defense. The 12th player did not get off the field prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty. First down.
With 11 guys out there now. Right into the teeth of that Colorado defense. First down.
Opening a big old hole for the first down.
On a 1st and 10. Shot play. And over the head of Baldwin.
Play 2nd and 10 is better than underthrown.
And we're back to the run game. He's probing Richardson to the outside. And a first down saving tackle.
Against Air Force, they hit this against Utah. Just a version of counter. Look at it. Trigg leading the way. Set up a 3rd and 3.
Straight game. Expected back next week in the Colorado secondary. Forward surge. They need the 50.
Yeah, they need the strike.
That's the market as a first down.
Yep. It's not hard to.
Richardson, a couple of first downs on the ground on this drive that reaches midfield. Robertson on the roll, trying to fit it in the hole. Incomplete for Ashton Hawkins. With so his coverage brings up 2nd and 10. And on the ground for Richard Reese. Into the wash. 3rd and 8 upcoming for Baylor.
Is a win for Dave Aranda.
Colorado checks in Taj McCoy, and he won't be able to get home because Robertson's on the move, and he was inches to go on 4th down and plus territory. Robertson has nowhere to go. B.J. Green at his feet.
Field Hill Green, Bentley finishing. You know, Coach Prime has to have a Bentley.
Not a Toyota. He wants a Bentley. That's his advice to his linebacker. Shedeur Sanders has run for a touchdown. He's thrown for a touchdown tonight. Out of the belly on play action. It was knocked down. Intended for the edge here. Remember, Garmin Randolph went off on that last drive. Wes Evans a little further down the depth chart. And one of their edges gets home again. Steve Linton. Travis Hunter was saying, come on, guys, we should be scoring on this defense. Hasn't been that easy against Baylor this season. Big defensive turnaround. Turns them ahead by a score in the Big 12 opener. And Bassett's kick rolls in for a touchback. Being legitimately competitive in this wide-open league this year. With the one-score lead, it's Baylor with Dawson.
Well, here's it again. Goggins footballing to the boundary.
Back-to-back plays to Pendergrass, who has his first 2 carries of the night, and taking the Bentley for a ride.
Yes.
Very interesting. Colorado has 2 coordinators that are calling plays full-time at this level for the first time ever. Pat Shermer, they're all.
Ton of man free, a ton of aggressiveness, just like this.
And a bunch of guys stacked up in the box. And nowhere to go. And Hill Green, the first in the backfield.
To finish these deals, what could turn into a big run. Bentley setting the edge, and Hill Green coming over the top and finishing the deal.
Those guys have been locked up a lot tonight. Jake Spath really brought out an attitude of that. A bunch of shoving after the whistle. On a 3rd down, that is airmail. Make-up play for Hood after he missed on a tackle on special teams earlier in this game. Wester looking for the outside. He won't get there. 4 up on the line again, bringing 4 like they have been all night on 1st down. Shot play down the middle. Travis Hunter dropped in the bucket by Sanders.
This is where my X is better than your O and your other O as well. Lemire in coverage. They're trying to get 2 guys to him. Gordon over the top. The linebacker, you see that right there? Hey, we got him double teamed. We got him triangle.
From one superstar for this Colorado offense to the other. Sanders to Hunter. Sanders pointing downfield and just turns into a rugby scrum out on the edge. We go back to
makes the defense guess.
And they bunched those receivers up, and Hunter in traffic. It's popped out against the future first-round pick. Pound for pound, got an argument
in the ground. I think he double clutched it. Yeah.
And flags out bottom side.
It would be a little snap.
Snap infraction. Offense. Number 58. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
So what that is, snap and sit right there.
They were throwing a no-hitter. Sanders has Hunter open. Diving catch, Travis Hunter. 1st and goal, Buffaloes.
Great job buying time from Shadur Sanders, and watch him come all the way across. Little looping route. A lot of times this route's run with tight ends. They hide a much better athlete. He goes up and get it.
And wouldn't you know it, Hunter is over 100 yards again, setting up the run. It's Welch down inside the 5. 122.
Not that one. Travis Hunter control and surviving the ground.
And Colorado looking for a game-tying score. Welch bouncing his way in for the touchdown.
Play. He's going to look at the right edge of the defense, the left side of your screen. 40 ends up getting blocked.
Mata for the tie. And we are level. He's injured at the end of the half. The kicker on kickoffs for Colorado. So this is Christian Palazzo, who kicks it off short. And a returnable ball out to the 40-yard line.
Because again, it was like, oh yeah, we have to cover this guy. And makes a tackle in space.
There he is on Baldwin. Did not let him get around the edge. Sawyer Robertson, who started last week for the Quanfin, now the named starter, and it's incomplete. Out to Baldwin. On the 3rd and 10. Robertson wanted another shot. Another one.
This one back. Just give his guy a chance. Let him go make the play. The Baylor sideline wanting that tug called. Colorado fans saying, yeah, that's the same thing that happened earlier. Juiced on the sideline.
Wanting to play man coverage. And the flag comes out. So Williams can get the punt away.
Full start. Offense. Number 44. 5-yard penalty. 4th down. Please reset the game clock to 10 seconds. 0-1-0.
Was the mood inside. busted through those personal protectors. And it's Jimmy Horn back to get it.
Nice coverage.
He's popped down to the 13-yard line. Travis Hunter set up the last scoring drive. He has the first touch of this drive for Colorado. And he's run out of bounds.
We're going to have things without the ball. We'll go offense because they make more money.
Thank you for getting Sanders out of pressure. Pumping on the run. He has a first down and protects it at the end as he takes Matt. Keep the drive alive.
This is going to be the difference right here. One of these popping for just a little bit more of a chunk play. Really nice awareness again from Shedeur Sanders on the field.
Augusta, patient run to the edge. Flung ahead by Mahai. As long as you win, but they have been more balanced, like Shedeur Sanders told us before the game, like they would be. And back-to-back runs. And this one has a herd of Buffaloes with him.
Wides, that's Miller in the backfield with him.
Back to the air, and it is Miller. Out to midfield, a yard shot.
This a little bit last night.
Colorado on the ball quick. Sanders given time, and a bullet across the middle to Wester. And the change.
Film room play we showed earlier against Colorado State. Jonte Wester presenting himself. Nice shot going down and getting
strength out on the edges right now. And a tie game. And back to the ground, Augusta crawling in. Two tight end look. Another reverse. Hunter gives it off for Horn. Sanders putting his body out there. And DJ Coleman.
4 for 4 down territory. Augusta bent up a little bit in here. Way to play fit to him. And now you got him.
Augusta falls down. He would have had the first down. Will not come out to try the 52-yarder for the lead. Instead, it's on the arm of Sanders on the 4th and 8. Given time. Now running out of time. And he's roped down. Right up there with Michigan and USC and that great finish in the big house earlier this afternoon.
Whap. Double team on Travis Hunter that led to the sack.
Off play action. Sawyer Robertson on target to Jackson. He is close to the first down. They got him a yard to get. It's in the belly of Washington, who bullies his way ahead. But after the Quan Finn got hurt, Dave Aranda said they're riding with him for the long term. And out to Washington. Those two hook up for another first down. Off the hit is still
so much about the character of this kid in today's day and age. In any day and age.
His shoulders. And back-to-back plays on the ground. This is Richardson. For Robertson.
Here's what I'm thinking. Here comes the Mike Backer.
Another third down, another run. And the first down. Right through the teeth of the defense for a first down in the run game. Now definitely in field goal range. Robertson looking fade ball for the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown for Presley. Didn't need the other hand to get Baylor the lead.
Unbelievable finish.
And Baylor wasn't even sure. One score game, Baylor in Colorado. How do we get here? Let's look at our Pacific. What does a counter punch look like from the Buffs? Pressure. Thomas has him wrapped up and ropes him down. Good start to this. Behind the chains on second down. Linton home to the quarterback. And he's free again. The last 3 plays for the Baylor defense have been sacks. Can't take one back here if you're Sanders. And he fires it away with nobody there. He's out getting the ball back. Presumably good field position. Returns have been a big part of the story tonight. Cameron had a big pop earlier. Through 2 tackles. And dragged down inside field goal range, which is in
from Josh Cameron.
Right on the edge of the red zone. First play to Richardson. Short gain, second down. 6 of 8 with a couple of misses from 40 plus. So not a sure thing from here. And Robertson stacked up. B.J. Green, Okenloa finishing him off.
Manoa and Green, as you said, meeting at the quarterback, trying to steer.
Play clock getting deep. And we keep it on the ground. And Woods up to make the tackle. Just ahead of the 2 to put Baylor up by 10. Operation good. The kick is not.
Couple first ballot Hall of Famers, not bad.
That Prime played with in the NFL. What does he have with 2:16 to go? He can't get away from pressure again.
The quarterback.
One timeout, needing a touchdown for Colorado. Pressure again. Sanders fading away, looking for Hunter, who turns around with a flag down.
Face.
Pass interference. Defense, number 20. That pitch decline. Result of the play is a first down.
Lemire, because of the pressure, the ball becomes a little underthrown to Travis Hunter on the double move right there. And he's just
65 yards to get. 148 to do it with a timeout. Sanders has the ball stripped. Can he find it? And he wins the race back to the ball, but that after the loss of 9 all the way back. 36 with a flag out.
Full start. Offense number 7-7. This foul caused the clock to stop, which it'll be a 10-second runoff. Please reset the game clock for 1 minute and 1 second. And the clock will start on my signal.
so he meant because it was running. There's certainly a false start from Seat.
Inside a minute. 2nd and 24. Sanders has space out in front. Looking for the sideline. Back to the original sticks, and he is out of bounds. Clock stops. 3rd down.
Just great recognition again. You see, watch this entire hash-to-hash wide open area that he recognizes and then wisely gets out of bounds.
3rd down and 7.
And out in his hip pocket.
Sanders gained 17 of the 24 they needed. Keep the drive and the game going. Got to have it on 2 plays. Far side. That is caught. It's right near the
short.
Yeah, and this for the game here. And Sanders ahead now.
Okay, so now called to stop.
Travis Hunter is down on the bottom side, the star receiver for Colorado. Jones couldn't get home. Sanders rifles it out of bounds. On a 2nd and 10. Clock inside 10 seconds. Sanders takes his shot here toward the end zone. It is dropped! Shepard would have had a touch. End of the game defense.
Smartly trying to get a reroute and all rushing from one side.
The Big 12 opener comes down to this play. Sanders gets the feet set toward the end zone for the game. It is caught by Wester, just like 1994.
The first look in the stadium they just showed was this look right here. Or check the ball. That looks like firm control from the 2 angles that we've seen. Just a great effort again by LeJohntay Wester, by Shedeur Sanders to even create under duress to give this guy a chance to see if this ball splits the uprights at all. Looks to me like his elbows are together. And that, to me, is a catch.
I'd like this to stay a touchdown, but we need to see clear evidence that that ball is loose. I just don't see it. At this point, this has got to stand.
Yeah, that's a great look right there. The great job by Wester as a punt returner. That time of keeping your elbows together. That ball can't split the wicket, split the uprights. Of course we're going overtime, right?
Maybe.
After further review, the ruling on the field of a touchdown stands.
That 50,000 extra officials in here helping him out too that entire time. Great play. Wester, Shedeur Sanders, you see Dave Aranda's going to take a timeout.
Charge timeout. Baylor. 2nd and a half. It'll be a full timeout.
Quarterbacks, just learn from this, create a little space, and just give your guy a shot. Watch you see all the rushers come to the right, then they add another that kind of loses contain. I don't know if he was originally designed to do that, and then just unbelievable effort. Caden Jenkins in cover. Wester's just able to keep his eyes on it. You know, if you do anything else there, if you're Caden Jenkins, you're just trying to tackle your guy and play for another miracle with the pass interference. But tip your cap right there. Shedeur Sanders, DeJounte Wester.
Sanders brought with him from Jackson State to try to send this game to overtime. After the Wester miracle catch, we are headed to overtime.
Little precipitation coming straight down.
Handoff on the first play of overtime for Sanders. And Jones rings down Augustus. That's how the
5 wideout crew. That's Miller in the backfield.
And typical receiver in the backfield. And he throws it to him. Miller down toward the 15, and he shoots ahead for a first down.
The first concept out of is this. It's a little option route. Just kind of shows his number in that case to Shedeur. And a nice job protecting the football and getting north. Putting that foot down, trying to split that zone. First and DeJounte Wester 10 had to be on the ball.
Back to a true running back look. Sanders out the back door, and Thomas on his back down inside the 10 with a 4-yard gain.
Same play that
Baylor gets to touch the ball. 2nd and 5 with Colorado trying to score first in overtime. And underneath to Hunter, who's underneath that right at the marker. Needed the pitch short. It'll be 3rd down.
Yep, going to be just short. Watch him just run on his own stop route. Presents himself.
They do with Sanders, who burrows ahead, getting a little extra push. Almost looked like Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Tush push.
Shedeur again, just under 220. He's getting a lot better at this. He was not a great sneaker. There's something you complain about him.
First possession of this first overtime. Augustus right into the heart of that front line for Baylor. So 2nd and balls, the 2 tight ends. Keeping it in the run game. Sanders trying to give it a little push. And they got there. Touchdown for Welch.
Interior, the much maligned offensive line gets a push and a little tush push from Shedeur, a little bonus helmet sticker.
And Mata puts it through.
Hard downhill inside zone type of action. That time a little slider was the receiver. You could see Shedeur in the background going, hey, yeah, we like that. We're getting push. He felt the big guys up front. They do get the push. And he says, I'm going to ensure this. Set up our defense to try to get a stop. Now you flip it over and you're...
Baylor will get a touch. Needing 7 to send it to a 2nd overtime.
Just versions of the same play. Both these are the last 2 plays. Just everything's cool down territory.
Richards in the back, design quarterback run, and Robertson torpedoes ahead. Robertson and Baylor need 7. And the run game, strong stiff arm for Richardson, but not. Now they're set. Robertson ready to go. On 3rd down, Silman Craig rocketed in there. It's
spectacular play. Great finish from Dominic Richardson.
High snap, another quarterback run. Richardson off a tackle, seeking the end zone. Didn't get all the way there, but did get...
1st and goal.
Needing 7 points to send it to the 2nd OT on 1st and goal. It's Richardson. Ball's out. Ball is out. Ball is out. Recovered. And knocked out of the end zone.
So no matter if they break the plane, it's a touchdown. If he fumbles outside, and here's get the initial rule.
And if this call stands, then Colorado wins. This will be a good look. That ball is out on contact.
The play initial ruling is so big. The initial call, as soon as that ball goes out, it's a touchback.
Dean, what else did you see?
Well, yeah, I think if we could go back to that goal line look, that's going to be the key shot, that look down the line. And that'll give us our answer. But to me, right here, this is the look. That ball is out on contact. You can see as he's crossing the goal line, it's loose. That's a fumble.
And the previous plays, the two stars of the night, really, Silman Craig tackling the quarterback one-on-one in space, setting up the goal-to-go situation. And then Travis Hunter by that look right there, looks like there's gonna be another storming of the field. Referee, Big 12 referee Luke Richmond is still under the hood.
This would be the first.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands.